YouTube, what's going on? So on this video, man, I want to talk about something that, you know, a revelation that I came into about my own personal life, um, and really an epiphany that I had as far as how deep this stuff actually goes and how far back it actually goes, So I through just multiple dreams and God revealing things to me in that manner, and allowing me to see things in the spirit, different people who were attacking me in the spirit, things of that nature. I have come to the conclusion that I had children with a witch, which is crazy. I don't even know what to do with that information. Looking back on my life, I was with this person for almost 10 years. Looking back on just the whole situation, even how it came about, it's like, wow, it really goes that deep. You know what I'm saying? And it really goes that far back. I'm thinking that my gang stalking, my targeting started around 2017, but that's just when I became aware that something was going on. You know what I'm saying? But looking back over my life, I truly believe this has been going on way longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, even back in school, just looking at the women I've dealt with. I remember I used to always say, it was something that always popped up in my mind before I even knew or became aware of anything about targeting, gang stalking, any of that. But I used to always say that the women I dated, it was like the same woman in a different body, because it was just like they would do the same things, and it was really weird. It always stood out to me. Now that I have an understanding of the spirit realm and how certain spirits work and things of that nature, it makes sense now, that it was a familiar spirit in these women, and the Jezebel spirit, to be honest. And yeah, and see, I want to clear something. I think most people, when they hear Jezebel, we think of just like somebody that's just promiscuous and just sexually oriented type of spirit, which I guess, seduction can be one of the characteristics of this spirit, but this spirit is also a spirit that goes after men of God. Now, this is before I even I definitely wasn't considered a man of God back then, as far as the way I was living my life. But as we know, we were those of us who are on this journey, and those of us who God has chosen, we were predestined for this. Like it goes back from our birth. God knew us in the womb. We were predestined to be conformed to the image of Christ, according to Romans 8:29. So we might not have known who we were, but these spirits always knew. They always knew. And their goal was to keep us off course on the journey that we were supposed to go on, derail us, have us, take on a different personality, take on a different identity, go a different route, and hopefully die in the midst of that, so we couldn't get back to our original home, which is heaven. But anyway, so yeah, I have come to the conclusion that, or I come to the revelation that I had children with a witch. Unfortunately, like I said, I really don't know what to do with that information. This person, the way she went about coming into my life, she was definitely on assignment. Even just the way we met and how boldly she approached me, and she was definitely on assignment. And then looking back on all of the people that I met after her, all of the people that I hung around after her, I was kind of introduced to them through her in some sort of way. It was like, man, it was kind of like, I think about what's the movie, man, that we always talk about as targets, with the Jim Carrey, what is it called, The Truman Show. Oddly enough, bro, so I had never heard of The Truman Show, none of that. The person that introduced me to The Truman Show, the person that told me about The Truman Show, is my children's mom. She brought this up like back in probably, I don't know, 2000 and I guess maybe 14 or 15. I don't really know the exact date, but she mentioned it to me, because the city that we lived in at the time was literally like a few miles away from where that movie was shot. We lived in the same county as where that movie was shot. So, she mentioned it, and it just always stuck with me for some reason. And then years later, when my targeting became apparent, I ended up watching it and seeing how they strategically place people in his lives to kind of, shape his personality and derail his path, and that's exactly, you know, that's exactly what she did. She was very good at it, you know. I don't know. It's crazy, man. And I remember, see, at the time, I never believed in witchcraft, none of that stuff. I didn't know it was real. I didn't believe in witches. I just, it was all Halloween stuff to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. Um, it just wasn't something that I don't know. I had never really seen any proof of, or and wasn't looking for any. To be honest, I didn't believe in the spiritual, period. So yeah. So anyways, man, I've been seeing. I mean, I've been on my journey. I've been walking this path for like almost 6 years now, and man, continuously throughout these 6 years, I would see her in my dreams, and she would be, you know, 9 times out of 10, we would be, not trying to be graphic or nothing, but we would be having sex in these dreams. I later on found out, years later, that sex in the dream or spirit realm is a covenant, and it was always her. All the two people that I have seen attacking me in my dreams, reoccurring. I mean, like multiple times. Oddly enough, is the two people that I loved the most at one time, which is crazy. Like how deep this really is. Like when scripture says that a man's enemies will be those of his own household, like, man, bro, Jesus was, man, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy how deep this get. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I'm like, it's really been kind of, I don't want to say I'm hurt, and I thought like nothing could really shock me at this point, but this is just kind of like, wow, um I remember, bro, like we got into this huge argument back in like 2013 because she wanted to get this black cat, and I was never a fan of animals or nothing, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, long story short, she ended up getting the cat, and man, this cat, like every time I came around, it would like, do the hissing, and it was just like me and this cat was not meant to be around each other, you know what I'm saying? And like it was really, looking back at it, it had to be some type of spirit thing going on there. I don't know what that was. But anyways, I definitely took the cat and dropped it off, a few miles away from the apartment or whatever. But just how her personality, the way she did things, how very sneaky and deceitful she was, things of that nature, man, like, bruh. And then her mom, me and her mom just were the worst enemies. And now, you know, seeing her social media now and how they are and how they like they're definitely into witchcraft. And it's unfortunate, bro, because it's like, man, this was somebody that I loved for so long, and it was all a assignment, you know. So I say that to say this, man. I mean, I'm kind of worried about it because I don't know how that's going to affect my children with them having her bloodline, and you know, I don't know, bro. But anyways, I say that to say this, bro. Be careful who you allow in your life. If you one of us, you one of those, you know, one of God's children, one of God's chosen, um, bro, you can't afford to just let anybody into your life, you know, no matter how lonely you get. I know this is a very lonely journey. I know at times we feel like, Lord, why can't you just, you know, send me somebody that I can whatever with? But I mean, to be honest, I was thinking about it the other day, and I wouldn't even want to bring somebody into the stuff I got to deal with, you know, as far as what we deal with as targeting. I wouldn't even want somebody that I care about to even be subjected to that, you know. So, but anyways, man, y'all got to be careful who you allow in your life, because it can affect more than just you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if y'all got any insight on this situation, what would you do if you had children with a actual witch? You know what I'm saying? That was part of your gang stalking from the jump. Please let me know. All right. God bless y'all. Y'all be safe, man.